It's not something I should normally be able to do, yet it felt natural. What could be causing these mutations?
Maria, wait!
Maria? No. She's gone. I'm seeing things. Maria!
Shadow, I beg of you, please, do it for me.
Maria?
For all the people on that planet. Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog.
I need to stay focused. Deal with the problem at hand, not chase dreams.
Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome back to Sonic X Shadow Generations, and oh my goodness, time travel shenanigans are afoot. Maria and Professor Gerald alive today? Well, I mean, I say today, but I mean in terms of the Sonic Generations-ish time. Yeah, we'll see exactly what's going on with them as we go on, but in the meantime, new powers.
No! No!
So, Doom Spears. We can pretty much launch multiple Chaos Spears at once, and no, they unfortunately don't do additional damage, it's just a means of launching multiple, which I thought Shadow could technically do anyway, but whatever. Who am I to question the powers of the ultimate life form? Well, I mean, I've played the series for a long time, so maybe I am someone who has the right stuff to question him. But anyway, as we continue to press onward, now we actually have access to more of white space. No, not the full thing, mind you. You know, we do. It's not going to be a case of, you know, gradually unlocking areas apart from the very beginning, and again, to also talk about game design compared to Frontiers with, you know, some of its open world segments. Kind of like that game, it does sort of start off a bit small and then gradually open up a bit more, but yeah, it doesn't quite have the same sort of, you know, solve puzzles, unlock more of the map, and, you know, gradually sort of feel your way towards where you need to go. This one is a bit more compact and, you know, does at least give you a few characters to talk to, like, you know, E123 Omega, who we'll be conversing with in a little bit. And again, so I guess by proxy of it feeling a little bit more homely and compact, it might hold the advantage over Frontiers, but then again, both games going for entirely different tones, more or less, so, yeah. I guess I'll discuss that when we get to Frontiers itself. In the meantime, yeah, you do get to talk to a couple of characters here and there, get a bit of either amusing dialogue or just a few, you know, little character things here and there. Pretty much pause the video if you want to read what they're saying, I'm not really gonna bother, so whatever. Yeah, it's just nice to talk to our friends. Whee. Oh my god, gun robots in the void of evil. Oh, what's this down there? Yeah, by the way, you don't actually, die- well, okay, you do technically die and you lose all your rings, but, yeah, unlike the other levels where you get a lower rank, no consequence. We can die as many times as we wish, but we'll never escape the darkness of the white space. How ironic, 'cause it's all bright here. You'll never get a good night's sleep ever again. But in any case, so, yeah, not really too much here apart from, again, as I mentioned beforehand, testing out your new abilities. In this case, the Doom Spears. you will get more than a few opportunities to test it out, so I mean, don't worry, the game does give you plenty of, you know, means to utilize your abilities, so again, like the Sonic games of old, this game does give you plenty of opportunities to use your abilities, or not. Nobody knows but you, Shadow the Hedgehog, and by extension the player who will use their abilities to open doors and new pathways to enjoy as they explore the indeterminate space of infinite nothingness. Looks like half a spaceship has been built here. Don't worry, we'll be getting to that in the next part, so believe you me, the reward is, well, we'll get to that, but I mean, I will say this for now, in terms of that long-term goal, by collecting bolts and relating it to that spaceship, I made sure to complete it on the first playthrough, just in case, you know, the reward was either worth it or not, and let's just say, it's a good thing I did have some previously recorded footage, because otherwise I would be, well, you know what, we'll see when we get there, but in the meantime, however, hidden places to explore, and I guess while we are sort of like, skating around and exploring, I mentioned Kingdom Hearts 3, in relation to talking about how Black Doom sort of contorted space around a Radical Highway, but, looking at this area right here, and I know we haven't quite gotten to covering Kingdom Hearts 3 yet, but, we will quite soon in the next year. Yeah, a lot of this area reminds me a lot of, Scarlet Red Kylum, actually, which was, one of the final levels of Kingdom Hearts 3, so, yeah. I mean, I don't know if that was either a bit of a design decision based on, you know, games that people enjoyed, or, but either way, it's, quite a similar design. I mean, I don't remember seeing a lot of this in the original generations, so, yeah, I don't really know what to say. Or even what original significance this is really meant to have, because, I mean, yeah, this seems to be unique to the white space dimension, so was there some other sort of time travel shenanigans going on? Potentially for a future game to cover? I'm really not too sure. Well, in any case, we also have our next level. You can't really tell a lot from the aesthetics right there, but again, if you play Sonic games of years past, and by the way, if you use Chaos Control, pretty cool unique thing where the music actually slows down with you, provided that you're playing the original track, so yeah, nice little effect. But in any case, yeah, this should look familiar to anybody who's played Sonic Heroes. I know I have, but it's, yeah, Rail Canyon. Except, comparatively to the original Rail Canyon, which a lot of people feared in trepidation, you know, primarily because rail grinding at Sonic Heroes is very detrimental to your health if you're a bit loosey-goosey with the control sticks. Here, it's actually, you know, fun, because rail controls actually work. Sweet crispy G's is flame grilled to perfection. Yeah, also utilizing your Chaos Spears for similar enemies in Heroes where you could just, you know, stun them, using Thunder Shoots. So, yes, paying homage to the original games, while also doing cool things. Oh, egg porn, I remember when that missile launcher was used for the Shadow in his game, on the front cover with the explosion. But yeah, much like I said beforehand, multiple pathways you can take, and here we're taking one now. To kind of talk about it in similar tones to Sonic Generations in and of itself, yeah, the multiple pathways were taking influence from Sonic 2, in the sense that the better you do and the higher pathways you take, the quicker your route will be, and, you know, the more lucrative the rewards would be. You know, again, obviously to reward higher playing skills. Whereas the lower routes are a little bit more platform heavy and, you know, tend to have a lot of the power-ups there to sort of help newcomers, in that case, you know, invincibility, and a bunch of other different stuff. But yeah, it's generally a more slower and, you know, I guess done for players to take their time so they could make it up there, but yeah, neither here nor there in this case. But yeah, if you take the time to slow down a little bit, explore around and find some hidden goodies, a slightly faster pathway. Interesting, but stupid also. But yeah, there are a lot of different routes you can take to make your level experience quite unique, and again, much like Sonic Generations in 2011, it does make, you know, the Shadow Generations portion something a lot of fun to replay, even though it is a much shorter experience than a... Well, I mean, okay, I wouldn't say a much shorter experience than Generations, given what it has to offer in terms of, you know, pathways and everything, and, you know, obviously its story content completely fucking dwarfs Sonic Generations, but, you know, there is a lot on offer. It's, to kind of talk about it a little bit as we're sort of warping through reality once again, it's kind of like Burning Rages in the sense that the game has a lot of cool, unique things that it does. It's just, short, so, yeah. length and, you know, try to maintain that cool, unique feel from Sonic games. Yeah, by the way, quick enough there, you can straight across that road. If not, then, well, yeah, road raises up and you pretty much gotta do more platforming stuff. But again, that's the sort of thing that I'm talking about. Again, it has, like, a lot of attention to detail with its gameplay structure. It's just dependent on whether or not, you know, you can explore the full facets and, you know, sort of make out the best time and, you know, get the most unique, slick, and silky way of making your way across the levels. Just as every good Sonic game should be, in my eyes. Ouchers. Oh, dear. But in any case, so again, as I brought up with the Burning Ranges comparison, short game, but really fucking well made for what we have, so, yeah. It is, unfortunately, well, to its detriment and to its benefit, like, one of the things that Sega usually tended to do best, short experiences, but really fucking fun games. It's, yeah. I mean, in this day and age of, you know, games being more expensive to produce and, you know, overinflated video game budgets gone by, not really sustainable in this sort of economy, which, yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Yeah, by the way, you can technically miss Black Doom in this segment, but again, I don't know if you miss him, you pretty much have to go back through this level in order to get the Doom token, or if you'll just get it anyway, so, you know, maybe something to experiment on the future playthrough. I only really bring that up because in the first level with Space Colony Arc, it was, you know, mandatory that you had to hit Doom in order to get his token, but there you can pretty much end up missing him, so again, I don't know if it's kind of like an obvious thing that you can miss, kind of similar to, you know, Crash Bandicoot 2 with a, oh, you missed the crystal, go back and get it, you fucking plonker. Or whatever else, really. But I mean, all the same, though, yeah, to kind of talk about Rail Canyon as a level, it captures all the same beats of Sonic Heroes, just better designed, a lot of different pathways you can take, and on the whole, really. Again, I mean, it's also saying something compared to, again, how everybody knows how I feel about Sonic Heroes. And again, I did still generally quite like the level in Heroes, so yeah, Rail Canyon, great choice for this game, and I'm fairly happy with what we got. Including the, oh my god, death trains! But they won't capture us. Not anymore. So yeah, school for dodging, and yeah, we pause the trains. See how you like it. Trains of Doom. Doom Train, the summon from Final Fantasy VIII. One of my favourite and one of the more useful summons of that game, actually, so yes, yes. Trains are deadly. And there we go, all tokens collected, and now we've reached the end of this little stage. And I mean, I will say, it is actually quite nice to see, you know, Radical Highway given the HD treatment in terms of graphics. Level looks really fucking nice, and, that sunset, man. Restoring the level. But yeah, this is also something similar that you would also see in Sonic Generations, where levels would, you know, they'd start out white and opaque. Opaque? No, was that meant to be transparent? Basically, they just sort of start out, you know, completely grayed out, but they'd eventually get more, you know, filled in with colour as time goes on, and that would also go for the rest of the level environments as well. Like, again, you're seeing this just white, empty void, even though it has textures yet to be filled in, like a paintbrush from the artist's mind. But yeah, the more you complete, the more of reality you restore, and eventually, the timeline will be fixed. Now we also get a nice little remix of Bullet Station here. Quite nice, doesn't quite outshine the original in my eyes, but again, to sort of continue my love of the 2D stage of this game, comparatively to, you know, Sonic Generations, which had some, which could sort of mix the two, again, the fact that I sort of had focused designs for both of these levels, I feel really benefits both the 2D and 3D segments, because again, with the 2D levels, I feel like they can really focus on the overall design of the puzzles and how in which you go about the levels, because, well, I mean, again, I don't want to say that Generations, you know, when it tried to mix 2D and 3D was bad, but it did sort of run the level of redundancy in the sense that, again, you already had classic Sonic, which was all 2D to begin with, but then you had modern Sonic sort of mixing the two, which kind of made the contrast feel a little bit less in my eyes, and I know I should be saving all these when we talk about the Sonic Generations portion, but again, like, I mean, let it be known that, again, you get to focus on, like, a lot of cool, unique level structures like this, where, you know, you're playing around with the rails and sort of jumping all about and, you know, going all around. If you have some chaos control, you can warp to and fro, and again, it makes the levels feel a little bit more, what's the right word to use? It makes the level gimmicks and, you know, things you can do, like, you know, using your Doom Spears to target some of that to get a little bit more chaos stuff, all the more unique, so yeah, really, it just feels like they put a lot more effort into focusing the level design of these levels and also utilizing Shadow's abilities to sort of best serve what you're trying to do throughout these levels. So again, like some very sharp and swift gameplay focus is really what makes a lot of these designs really great in my eyes, and again, it does also sort of fix a lot of the problems that I suspect a lot of people had with Frontiers, in the sense that, again, like, it was trying to go for this all 3D thing, but like Colors Unleashed and Generations before it, it felt the need to sort of once again fall back on the, oh no, we need to prolong the design, here's some 2D segments like it's afraid to come out to its fucking dad or something about being a full 3D game. But Shadow, on the other hand, has no qualms. Again, it'll either be full 2D or it'll either be full 3D, so again, you don't really feel that sort of like awkward desperation of like, oh no, we need to pad out the design, or okay, here's a bit of 3D, we have some cool ideas, but oh no, what if people don't like it, we need to have 2D, because the classic Sonic was all 2D, without the green eyes and the hand-tar quills, and, you know, a lot of other late 2000s Sonic shitty friends criticisms that are way past their prime at this point, and this game has proven, oh well, a whole level of 3D, and it can be good, and people will like it. Well, Wally me, people liking a 3D Sonic game, that's something I haven't heard of since... well, ever! Yeah, well, but I mean, in any case, facetiousness aside, again, like, these levels are really fun, and they do capture a lot of the sort of unique charm and style, as well as a few, you know, utilizations of your abilities, even without prompting you to, like, freezing the train to make sure that platform stays up, and, you know, in turn, making sure that you can collect all that you need to collect. Makes a great use out of all your tools and abilities. Which, again, was also one of the things I also praised about Shadow's own game. You know, his versatility and that make it for some really great gameplay. So, on that note, I am Solidus-Skully, keep a new metal, and next time on the Shadow X Sonic Generations, the name keeps changing, more fun. Catch you later.